The story of Solomon, peace be upon him. Solomon, peace be upon him, is a prophet of God's prophets, and he inherited the prophethood and the king from his father David, peace be upon him. God gave him many miracles and supernatural abilities that distinguished him from the rest of the kings and prophets. One of the most prominent of these miracles was that he was able to control the jinn and harness them for construction and war. He also controlled the winds that were running by his command to the land which he wanted. In addition, Suleiman had the ability to communicate with birds and animals as he understood their language and used them in his missions. Al-Hadhad and Balqis, Queen of Sheba. One of the most famous stories of Solomon, peace be upon him, is his story with Al-Hadhad and the Queen of Sheba. One day, Suleiman noticed the absence of Al-Hadhad from his army, so he got angry and decided to punish him if he had no good excuse. Soon after, Al-Hadhad returned and told Suleiman that he was on a reconnaissance mission and discovered the kingdom of Sheba, a great kingdom in southern Arabia ruled by a queen named Balqis. The queen and her people worshipped the sun without God. Solomon listened to the Sahad carefully and decided to send a message to the Queen of Sheba calling on her to worship God alone and leave the worship of the sun. He sent the message with Al-Hadhad, who delivered the message in front of Balqis. When I read the letter, I was surprised and confused, and she consulted her ministers on how to respond. Balqis decided to send a gift to Suleiman to test his intentions. When the gifts arrived, Solomon rejected them and sent a clear message to Balqis stating that he did not want money or gifts, but rather wanted them and her people to worship God alone. After that, Balqis decided to visit Suleiman herself to talk to him and learn more about his invitation. The meeting between Suleiman and Balqis. When Solomon learned that Balqis was on her way to him, he wanted to show her the greatness of his king and the power of God. His soldiers ordered to bring the throne of Balqis from Sheba before her arrival, and they carried out this in moments thanks to the jinn. When Balqis arrived at Solomon's palace, she was surprised to see her throne in front of her, and this increased her surprise and admiration for the greatness and strength of Solomon. After a long conversation with Solomon and understanding the truth of his call, Balqis decided to believe in God and follow Solomon's call. She and her people surrendered and began to worship God instead of the sun. The lesson of the story of Solomon, peace be upon him, with Balqis, shows the greatness of God in harnessing all creatures to serve his prophet, and emphasizes the importance of calling for monotheism and worshipping God alone. The story also highlights wisdom in dealing with others with calling and softness, and that true strength and greatness is in obedience to God. W.S.